If singing, dancing, and happy endings is your thing, then you're watching the wrong version of this story. People don't really call me Oliver anymore. They call me Peter.
What was the first thing that made you sympathize with your character, and what do you treasure the most about him?
What made me sympathize with my character the most when I first kind of started working on the script, obviously I knew the story and the essence of Oliver Twist, but I think in this, obviously you sympathize very quickly with him, the fact that he loses his mum, and she kind of leaves him with this way of living life where he can kind of use his imagination to escape from kind of sadness and negativity in the world through his paintings, and that's something that he takes with him for the rest of his life. And when you see him as a young boy, kind of living on rooftops and sleeping on the benches in the Tate, he's really holding on to what his mum gave him and taught him, and without that, he's kind of a lost soul. That's something that's really nice about this film, is it's an uplifting film, and it shows you this lost boy who's lost his family and has no one, and kind of kept hold to this imagination that his mum's given him, and then he starts to make friends and starts to find out that he can kind of start a new life and not hold on to that one that he's left behind with his mum.
And Raff, what was it like working alongside with names like Michael Caine, Lena Headey, Rita, Sophie, just to name a few?
Yeah, I mean, for me, when I first was told the full cast after I'd been on board, I was like really excited, blown away. It was a surreal moment for me. It was a proud moment for me. And I think knowing that I'm going to be working alongside people like Michael Caine and Lena Headey, who are so experienced and talented in the field of work that they do, I think it gave me more kind of fire in the belly to want to put in more work and really push myself and see how much prep I could do. I wanted to arrive day one, and I wanted to feel like I was part of the crew, part of the family, and I wanted to make sure that I'd done enough work to kind of make my place on that set worthwhile. So yeah, I think it was just a real honor to be working with them, and I think it was a mixture of excitement to get to know them as people, excitement to watch them work in their element and pick up kind of things that I was learning from them. And yeah, overall it was just a really probably one of the best moments of my life, really, to be working alongside such talented people.
The times we live, comparing the freedom that the film shows, going out into the streets, exploring the world, how do you think the characters will act during this lockdown?
I think the film is, it's definitely, there's definitely some interesting kind of parodies with the way the world is at the moment. And I think really for me, the most important thing is that the movie deals with somebody who feels lost and somebody who feels like they haven't found a place in the world, frustrated. And I think that's something everybody can relate to at the moment, and ultimately, it has a positive message and it's uplifting, and it shows that there's always hope. If you keep hope, you can get to where you need to be. And I think that's why it's a good time for this movie to be released, because people can sit down, watch the film, and come out of it with a warm feeling and an uplifting message.
What is the most interesting thing about making movies, and now with your first lead, delivering it to the audience during these times?
One of the most interesting things for me was just the excitement of going in every day and kind of been doing something different. Like one day it would be very kind of stunt based and it would be quite physically challenging. Another day I'd be in and be working on a scene maybe where I wasn't so much involved, but I was very much there, so I could kind of watch and pick up things that because I was constantly learning as well. And something that I've always loved ever since I was a kid about being around film sets and productions is the sets and the kind of the style of that film. I think I've always been someone who loves film and loves theatre and TV, and when you're there on set and you're seeing these new sets being made and these props and these styles, that's always just been something that really intrigues me. So yeah.
Why people in Latin America should watch Twist?
It's an uplifting film. You can forget about your problems for 90 minutes. Just turn your brain off and sit and enjoy a story that's relatable, and you can come out at the end and feel really, really good.
It's what we do to survive.